Welcome back to another episode of Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on?
I have no idea. There's a wave to my left. The viewer's right, and I'm super excited for this interview. So we'll start with introductions, titles, all that formality nonsense, and then we'll dive into the fun of today's conversation.
Okay. So I'm Elise Smith. I'm the CEO of OSB Ciderworks, which just means I have a lot of paperwork to do.
And a lot of driving to do.
Yeah, driving, because we have this new fancy wavy Buffalo location. So that's about an hour and 26 minutes from our main one, an hour and 17 if you know how to do it.
There you go.
It's ways all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So when did this location open?
It actually opened on Festivus.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're almost a year old. Do you know when Festivus is?
I don't, so let's just educate everyone that may not.
Festivus, do you know? Festivus
I've heard of it, yeah.
Is a Seinfeld holiday, and it's the eve of Christmas Eve.
The eve of Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
Got
Festivus
it.
for the rest of us.
Yes, I know that,
Yeah.
and I know the word Festivus, but I barely know my wife's birthday, so we're doing good.
Yeah, put it in your calendar
It is
with
now.
a reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good. Smart.
Yeah. That and the anniversary date. You'll learn. So
Make sure you're talking about Festivus. Put that in your calendar.
Well,
yeah,
both.
It's important.
Okay. I was still on my wife's birthday.
Well, that should be in you.
Yeah. See, this is the issue. This is
All
why
right.
we have the problem.
Yeah, well-
How did this whole thing start? Let's start from the very beginning as a business.
Okay, so the business started, we're 5.5 years old at the other location. So my brother and dad had asked me to design them a logo for a cider company, and I told them to kick rocks because they had also had me design a logo for like a water skiing, like wakeboarding company that they never did, a barbecue sauce company. I think there was a restaurant at what, so like I basically free labored for a bunch of crap that doesn't exist. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Did you go to school for graphic design?
Yeah, so I went to school, FIT for graphic design,
Okay.
and then I moved to San Diego where I was living when they were trying to get me to design said logo at the time. And they were like, just do it. We're really gonna do it this time. So I designed them the logos. I still have like a picture of the napkin sketch of it, and the other, so that is the full logo. So OSB stands for Original Stump Blower, which is a joke because my dad and his uncle used to make a product back in the day, and they would put a bunch of stuff in a barrel and basically let it sit in the basement until it was like booze. And so we have like a recipe based off of that recipe, so that we can try to make it consistent every time. And we don't have a basement, we have a barrel house, but you know, similar things.
Yep.
But it was so strong it blew up stumps, and because I didn't want anyone to pick our name, I was like, we can't go by Original Stump Blower. Like, it's just, people are going to call us whatever they want. So we went by OSB as well. So it's just dual branded. And then the OSB I was able to do in a style that I like. So I have a whiteboard drawing. I was working at a restaurant called Swami's in California, and on the whiteboard I was like doodling the logo, and it actually is what the logo is. I just turned a doodle into a graphic design, and here we are.
Oh, sweet.
5.5 years later. But they tricked me into moving back and promised me that I could just design clothing and cool spaces, and I didn't even need to invest any money. And man, that was just a lie. Yeah, I ended up kicking my dad out, and I don't know, my brother just is the cider maker now. He gets the fun job. Like, everybody thinks he owns it, and we operate it together. Like I couldn't do it without my
Sure.
brother. Like honestly, like and we're both still alive. Like I think that we deserve a round of applause for that. Like almost 6 years and no one's dead.
Absolutely. That's tough getting in business with your family.
Yeah, he's 7 years older than I am, and I think he's actually 14 years younger than I am. I love you. Sorry, Eric. No, he's great. He used to be a chef, so he comes up with some really innovative, flavor concepts. And we've been in the food service industry forever. Our parents owned a bar when we were really little, and then a pizzeria deli. All of our family members are like real estate, or our cousin owns K2, Kyle Kennedy. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so we got we just need a family member to open a winery and maybe a distillery, and then we've got all the boozes.
Absolutely.
I just got everything covered.
So what were you doing out in California job-wise?
I was in pastry school.
Okay.
So I was in pastry school, and I was doing freelance design, and I was working at Swami's as like a server, and I was bartending, and I was taking a sewing class, surfing, skateboarding.
Just a mix of things.
Yeah, I was just like living my best life.
So the alcoholic industry didn't appeal to you at the time, or you had no desire to go into it at that time?
I mean, I was bartending and serving and like
Sure.
doing like that. Like I'd been a bartender for a really long time. I used to bartend at Good Luck in Rochester.
Okay.
Craft cocktail. I was always on service bar, and then I did do some bartending competitions. Speed Rack. It's like a female bartending like speed and accuracy competition for breast cancer. It like raises money for breast cancer. So I made it into nationals one year. Thanks to my mom, honestly. If you need Facebook votes, look her up, Renee Smith. She's got more friends that will like you for a popularity contest on Facebook. So
All right.
she's got you covered.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Renee's got you covered.
So, in regards to cider, that may or may not be alcoholic.
It is. This one's got beets in it.
Boom.
Yeah.
So, in Buffalo, there's a lot of options for booze.
Yeah.
Between wine, obviously the craft beer scene, and then a lot of distilleries.
Yeah.
Why would somebody choose cider over the previous ones that I just mentioned? Because I have my opinion on it.
Well, because it's different. There's not as much around. Like, yes, there is cider. You've got Steampunk. You've got there's a cider hall right on Chandler Street that does their own cider and other people's cider. So that's really cool too. But there's not really very many places that focus on cider. I mean, we're only focusing on our own cider, but we've got beer and we have canned cocktails and canned wine and stuff too. So like, we're not excluding anyone. We don't want somebody to not want to come here because they don't like cider, but we also will challenge you to say that we can get you to like at least one of these ciders.
No doubt. What's nice about it is that it's not hoppy. So
Yeah.
the people that are like anti-IPA because they don't want to drink a landscaping bush can come here and then enjoy something that's relatively thin in regards to like an like initial taste, I guess you would call it. But then there's almost no carbonation, so it's smooth.
Yeah, we
and
try
then,
to stay lightly carbed.
which is great. And then how is the after effect? Because I haven't sat down and crushed cider.
I think it sneaks up on people faster than they think if they're not used to it. It's like anything, right? So if you normally are drinking beer, you have, and I know that whatever, the DMV doesn't agree, but whatever. That's the whole 1 ounce, whatever.
Sure.
But if you're used to drinking beer, your tolerance for beer is different than if you switch to vodka soda or bourbon on the rocks, or so if you go from beer or the way that you are intoxicated, I think is differently. If I'm drunk on wine, I'm just gonna laugh for 109 hours. My stomach will hurt. I will feel like I did an ab routine. It's just the nature of wine for me.
Is this classified as wine? Legally?
No, it's these are, because we put other stuff in them. So the original that we make after, the one that's so strong it blows up stumps, that one is considered an apple grape wine because it's over the ABV. So there's only a certain, if anything over, I think it's 8% now, it went up further. Anything over 8%, they make you classify it as something else now. It has to go into the wine category. It's funny because beer has different rules than cider, than wine. So even with the licenses, even though beer can make cider, there's probably a weird rule on how they have to make it. So they can make seltzer. We can make seltzer, but it has to have some apple in it. And then we have to pay like a higher rate of tax because the carbonation would be even higher. So then it puts us into a champagne tax region. But none of that's like cool and fun. That's like the paperwork I was talking
Really?
about. Yeah, like it's really insane. Like if you look up rules, like beer has like, if they tell you it's 5% alcohol, I believe, and they could have changed the rules by now, that it can either be 6 or 4%. If it gets like scooped up by the liquor authority and they
Sure.
test it or something, they have like a full range. But ours is like, if I say it's 6.5, it better not be less than 6.4 or more than 6.7. Like we get like such a tiny margin, but they get like a whole, I don't know. It doesn't
That's
make,
wild.
it's weird. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. The other thing about cider, which is similar to wine, is that people that have gluten
Yeah.
intolerances can enjoy it because it's just made with apple. It's not your, like, distilled spirits are obviously grains,
Right.
and so are beers. So
Yeah.
do you get a lot of people that are trying this because they're coming from that end?
Yeah, so we get a lot of people who are either celiac or very gluten intolerant, and then they know that they can drink ciders. So all of our ciders are gluten free, except for if you have a serious gluten intolerance, we would just say like stay away from the original, only because it's made in barrels that had bourbon in it, and
Gotcha.
like it depends on how sensitive you are. Like I have friends who are celiac, they drink it all day. Babo drinks it, and he doesn't have a problem with it, but like he can't eat ranch dressing packet because there's apparently gluten in it. I only learned that because I put it in a chili cook-off, and he said somebody's chili had gluten, and it
Really?
made him sick. And I guess it was mine. So
A ranch
yeah, but
packet.
like you know, like if you're gonna make your own ranch dressing,
Sure.
apparently there's gluten in it. I don't know. I never looked. I trust him. I believe him.
Yeah.
Because he asked me what was in my chili because he was going to remake it. And he's like, oh, so you're the one that made me sick. And I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know.
No kidding.
Yeah. So,
That's wild.
yeah. I did win with that chili cook-off. I beat my brother Eric. Yep.
Nice.
And he was a chef, so.
I mean, you got to throw that in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
you
mean,
gotta
it was
flex that
like,
when you can.
I'm not going to lie. It was like the most basic weirdo, like totally not chili, but basic bitch. Like cream cheese, chicken, ranch dressing packet. Like it's just, yeah, I don't even know.
Tasted good, though.
Yeah, I won. I beat him by like double because we do like, it was like a customer like chili cook-off versus me and my brother. The first year he won, the second year I won, the third year we got called by the health department and they said if you even think of doing this event, you're going to be shut down.
Why?
Oh, apparently like there's laws and rules and shit about like food made improperly. Like I'm not allowed to like serve food that you cooked in your kitchen, but we're not serving it. Like people were eating flights of chili. Like it was insane. I think the second year we had like 30 chili entries. Like people were putting like moose in it. I had a really bad one with hot dogs in it. Like it was so fun, but you know, the man, he was just like, whack.
Right?
Yeah, he's just sticking it to you.
Yeah.
That's a no fun
Washing
zone,
it.
apparently.
Yeah, zero fun.
Chili. Unbelievable.
Yeah, God. Freaking mean. I was like, you're invited, bring one. They didn't care. They were just not.
Could you imagine? Like,
Yeah.
this individual wants us to bring our own chili. There's probably one employee
you.
that's like, I mean, I got a really good recipe. Not now, Carl. So when it comes to designing spaces, you mentioned before, I don't even know if we were filming at that point because we've been talking for a while, that was one of the hooks to bring you into the business in the first place was you were able to design the merchandise in space.
Well, the space down there, we kind of like, we're on a budget and just kind of like winging it. And
Yeah.
it's a garage, essentially. It's just a 2,000 square foot building. And the back half is production that you can see, but we are adding 2,000 square feet onto it. So all the production will be moved, and then the tasting room will be fully everybody's to roam. And I will be doing something cool in there, maybe not right away, just because, like, I don't know, shmoney. So it's like, ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I mean,
things
building
revolve around
prices
it.
are like through the roof.
Right, yeah. What's the address of that place?
The address 5901 Big Tree Road
Okay.
in Lakeville, New York. We're close to like Rising Storm, Mortalis, No BS, Deer Run Winery.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like there's a whole. If you go on our website, I have a little tab at the top that says Livingston Libation Loop, and it shows you all the breweries in Livingston County. We've got to add Strange Design on there. They're a new one out in Geneseo. Dublin Corners opened a second tasting room in Geneseo too. So like Livingston County, we've got some things, guys.
Did you guys grow up there?
We grew up in Wayland, New York, which is like 30 minutes south of there. But my parents bought a house on the lake my senior year of high school. So
That's what kind of drove you to that area?
Well, my brother lived there, so he moved back from New York City and moved onto the lake and was teaching at New York Wine and Culinary for a long time. And then I was in New York City and then San Diego and then San Francisco and then back to Rochester. And then, you know, I popped around a
Yeah.
bit. I did a little bit in England for a minute there. But that
Really?
was college. It was just fun, yeah. I
Sweet.
lived in Nottingham. Yeah,
That's
I lived
cool.
on Maid Marian Lane, you guys.
Really?
Yeah, they're very big into Robin Hood. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. Yes, I did go to Sherwood Forest. I did not go to a football game of theirs, though. So it's Nottingham Forest is the name of the football team, but I didn't go. But I did go to this weird, like, carnival that I can't even remember what it's called. The Goose Fair? I don't know. England's it's interesting.
It is.
It's like you can drink all the time, just like all of the time. And
That's
they dress up like every Wednesday because you can drink at age 18. So like it's an
that's cool.
Yeah, so like all of the college kids are coming into the bars like for their like I don't know, yearbook meetings or whatever. I don't think it's yearbook. But like and then they do fancy dress and it's basically like Halloween themed every Wednesday like, "Oh, we're going to dress up as golfers." And they do really messed up stuff, like come and chug an entire jug of cocktail at the bar I worked at. I worked at we would serve pitchers of cocktails. This is not safe.
People just pass out everywhere.
Yeah, bathrooms. And people were sick all the time. It was horrible. It was like three. There was 3 bars. It was like one and then a half story and then up a flight of stairs. One time a bouncer ripped a singer off stage and chucked him down a flight of stairs. Yeah, I mean, it was brutal. Like, his name is
England.
Damien.
Wow.
Yep, I'm still friends with him.
Nice.
You don't give up that friendship.
That was dedication.
Yeah, everybody needs a Damien in their corner, I think.
Oh, yeah.
For safety.
So, bringing it back to this space. Goodness.
I'm the worst person to talk to.
You're fine.
I'll just go.
It's fine. We'll
We ended
keep
up in
you on
England
track.
and I loved it.
I've
Yeah,
got like a
yeah.
bunch of
Sorry.
tabs open. I'm like a really bad
tabs
MacBook.
open.
There's like tabs.
Absolutely.
Gotta
You're
close
the
them out.
worst browser ever.
Oh,
yeah.
just buffering all the time.
Crashing all.
Rainbow Wheel of Death. It's
So,
horrible.
goodness, everything just shuts down. What,
Sad Mac.
this isn't like wallpaper.
No,
So what's the story behind this?
So the story with this space is I walked in and I said, "Oh, that looks like a wave. So if we take this space, we'll just paint this like a wave." So this space has been a lot of things back in the day. This is, I believe, from when it was a diner. So this is all like plaster mesh, like crazy, insane. They had to break, there was like a piece of it against the wall behind where now is the walk-in cooler with this like ripple effect similar to this. And like there's a strange cutout. I don't know, but there was like that strange cutout in it. And they said it was super hard to like, it's intense. They're like, this is really well constructed. Thankfully, they didn't have to tear this down. But like all the waved wood that was here, we basically embraced the space as much as we could. This looked like a wave. Even all of the stuff, like the shadows, it looks like how you would draw like a wave as a kid, just like the boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we just hired a guy from Rochester, Crook is his tag, and he did this. And then from this, I was like, oh, well, it'd be cool for lights if I made these cloud lights. So then I made these cloud lights. There's 9 of them. They're very large, but now everybody always wants them. So we did a build your own cloud night a couple weeks ago where they're like appropriately sized for your home because these are too big unless you have very tall ceilings.
Yeah, so what are they? Are they just cotton?
It's LED strip lights, paper lanterns, and cotton, yeah.
Nice.
Hot glue, spray glue, burn, stickiness, and time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A few swear words, a little bit of wine to get
A
you
lot
through
of
it.
swear words, a lot of coffee.
For you.
Yeah, for me. I mean, you might choose wine, bourbon. I don't know.
Yeah, or this.
I got to power through it.
Yeah.
I make 9 of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is double in size. One of them's a 30-foot strand of LED, the one behind the bar. That guy was...
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so then we've got water, and then we've got, wind, technically, with the clouds. So then I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if I just stapled 1,000 pieces of grass into that back hallway and made it look like giant hedgerow? There's also this thing with a bunch of dehydrated long-stem roses. There's 300 of them. My nephew works at a flower shop. I was going to hang them from the ceiling in the shape of a flame. I haven't gotten to that yet, but it might still happen.
It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that still need to happen. And I was like, that might take art school, you guys. I'm sorry.
It's cool that you would just embrace this, though.
Yeah, the one bathroom, I originally had found a vintage toilet that was yellow, like that weird, 1950s, when that was very popular, where the toilet, the sink, the tile all matched. So I found a brand new vintage toilet that was yellow, and it's like awkward yellow, and a matching sink. So happy. And then I found a purple toilet and a turquoise sink, and I was gonna just make one room all yellow floor walls, like camouflage bath, which hindsight probably is horrible idea because if everything matched, I don't know. I mean, it's great that the city of Buffalo was like, those are not to code. You can't just use vintage toilets. I was like, what? There's rules.
Again, the man.
I mean, the man is always just like squashing me, but that's fine. The man, one day we'll meet.
Oh yeah.
One day we'll meet. But I had this like vintage chandelier that looks like a tulip. So then instead I kept the vintage chandelier that was going to go in the all yellow bathroom. There's a bunch of flowers on the ceiling now. So that's cool. I bought an electric staple gun. Like you plug it into the wall. Yeah, so I have a Stanley brand electric staple gun. It's pretty badass if anyone needs to borrow it.
And that's what you did to hang everything?
Yeah, but like in the freaking hallway, which was way more work, I had
Right.
a hand pump guy, and it was like the weird one where you like press it this way when like normally, or it's like press on the top, which makes more sense because then it goes through. But it was like my first time having like an ergonomically correct staple gun, right? And I fucking shot a staple right through my hand, like.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like it was fine, whatever. Like I have life insurance, so my brother and I always joke like, hey, if you're gonna go out, because like you don't have health insurance, it's only life insurance. So like constantly we'll be like, hey, just remember, die. Like don't.
Yeah, just send it.
Yeah, like if you're doing it, like go out because I'm
Yeah.
not paying for your medical bills and you're vice versa.
Sure.
So like we have a very morbid joke like,
Just go.
just go out, bro. So, but yeah, I shot a staple through my palm like a dummy. And I was like, how? Like, I was getting really pissed because it, like, wasn't going through, right? Because I had it the wrong fucking way. Because, like, normally you press this way.
Oh,
but it's the
yeah.
one with the press on the top. So I had, like, I was getting mad. And then I put my hand on the part that is supposed to be against the wall and just,
Oh my God.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it happens. Now
You
you
didn't do any
learned.
damage, though, right?
it's just a staple.
Yeah, it's just a staple,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had to buy the electric staple gun because I needed deeper staples. So had I done it with the electric one, we might be having, like, maybe like a Stitches story.
Sure.
But like no, it was just like a little bit of a bruised
Yeah,
ego, but not
you
really
pull it
because
out
like
and
it
you're
to
good.
me like
Bruised
I'm
ego.
like, hey, I'm freaking really dumb. Listen to what I did. Like I burnt my mouth the other day, so this was like my bar joke last week. Guys, you're never gonna guess what I burnt my mouth on. Like, cause like kind of bartending is like silly shit, right?
Yeah.
Like either you can come up with something weird, like what am I talking about the weather? Like, oh, it's raining again.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, guess what I burnt my mouth on? You're never gonna guess. I was like, if you guess, you'll get a free pint. No
What's
one
that,
could guess all
coffee?
day. No, it's something you'll never guess. Coffee's easy. Pizza's
Yeah.
easy. Like,
Scalloped potatoes.
fucking no. A hard-boiled egg. That's the dumbest shit ever. Like, it's really freaking stupid. And, like, it happened, like, on Tuesday of last week. It still hurts.
How did you?
Listen.
You just didn't put them in the fridge?
One of the eggs kind of, like, was, like, coming out of the shell, and I hate that. So I, like, went for that guy first. And there was, like, some maintenance happening in my new apartment because I've now live in Buffalo to try to, like, grow the space and be a human. There was a guy who was doing the carpet, and he was like talking to me, and I was like peeling it, and then I was just like not thinking, and I just like real fucking dumb and like Scald City, and then I felt really dumb, and I couldn't like spit it out in front of this old man because then I would look even worse. So I
Yeah,
just
you
like
can't look
swallowed it
weak.
and then ate the other half like a fucking dick. So just
Oh
like
my God.
like whatever. What would you have done?
Same thing.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you're
it.
not gonna spit out a hard
Yeah,
boiled egg in
you
front of
have
an
to eat
old
it.
man.
Yeah, that's it.
Like he's gonna be like, yeah, your carpet's definitely not getting finished here, lady. I'm out the door. So I just did what any normal person would do and just burnt the shit out of myself. But hey, we're here.
That's
it's a week
awesome.
later and I still have like it hurts. It really still hurts.
They last a while. Mouths,
Like this
when you
one's
burn
so
your
bad.
mouth,
I feel
it's
like
the
this is
worst.
probably the worst mouth burn of my life.
I burn my mouth on pizza like every week, easily. And it just never goes away. So I just have a
Like it like
a
literally
bruise, yeah.
you're in rough shape when it like bubbles and peels
Right.
instantly and then it bubbles again. You get the double bubble burn. Forget it. It's like-
Isn't that like the definition of second degree?
I think it might be like borderline third degree. I'm not a medical person, but
Yeah, literally none of us are. But that's fine. There's a reason. We're having a good time. So speaking of these tables and chairs, where did you find these?
like literally the dumbest website ever. It's like bizchairs.net. I swear to God, it's literally I think I got like a 15% off coupon in my inbox right that I get like every week. So
Yeah, because you have a lot of tables and chairs. So they're probably like, this chick's just going off. Like,
well, I want a lot of butts in here eventually,
right.
like tables and chairs to occupy your body if you want to come in here.
So how does the food situation work for alcoholic cider? Does it follow the same rules as everything else because
No.
it's technically a booze?
No, because we have a farm license. So when you
Okay.
have a farm license, you get all sorts of different rules. So like, I guess when you have a normal license, you can not, like they just changed some of the rules now where because there's 3 tiers of alcohol licenses, right? You have a license to produce, a license to distribute, and a license to retail. So that would be bars, restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, Target, blah, 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 blah. They have retail. Distribution is clearly like TJ Sheehan, right?
Yep.
Risner, Try It, all those guys, right? So, and then all of us makers. But if you have a farm license, and I know that there's other nuances with other ones, so I only know my own. But with our farm license, we can make it, we can distribute it, and we can retail it. So we're allowed to do all that. But with our farm license, we can also sell other people who make stuff in New York their beer and like liquor. So like, and I don't have to serve food. I mean, but we do have Arizona chips and cheese. It's like an adult, it's an adult Lunchable. It's a lot of tortilla chips and creepy cheese or salsa. They're both delicious. They're $3. You can add guac for $2 because it's extra. Yes,
What is this, Chipotle?
Yeah, we've got
pretty cool.
whatever. We also have freaking Swiss cake rolls, bro, and zebra cakes.
That's awesome.
And we get smokestack. So we have a build your own poor man charcuterie, and it is a smokestack jerky stick. So he makes them in Rochester, a cheese stick of your choice, and then you get to choose your crackers. You can get Ritz. Is it just an edible plate or a club cracker? I prefer a club cracker, whatever. There's 3 times the string cheese. Like, it's just stupid. We have stupid snacks to make you happy just
That's
in
awesome.
case.
Yeah.
So what was your vision for this space where they're like, hey, we're going to expand, we're going to take over this space? Were you like, I just want people to come in here and then it's kind of like a bar, but we're just going to have way more seating? So it's not a stereotypical bar.
But it's still definitely a bar because I'm not coming to the table to wait on you. I'm the only person working. So,
Right.
well, we have other employees. Like, we have lovely people that work for us. Liana works for us and Justin works for us. If you have questions about accounting and stuff, come bother him on Wednesdays. He's probably going to be mad I said that. And Liana's really dope. She used to work at the co-op. I robbed her from them. I apologize to them in advance for taking their great employee. But she's mine now. So that's what we have happening here. And then my nephew, Brandon, he was doing Sundays. He's not really my nephew, but I tell people he's my nephew. He tells people he's my
It's easier
cousin.
enough,
It's very
yeah.
confusing, whatever. He's my niece's best friend.
Tells people I'm your cousin.
He's my niece's best friend, so therefore he's my nephew to me. But so he works like events on Sundays because we were open for Sundays until football season hits. Like, I don't have chicken wings. I don't think my poor man charcuterie is going to appease people enough during a football game. So we rent it out for private events. Like, we had people and we put the football games on for them, and they brought in a bunch of their own stuff. And then there was a birthday party here last week. And 2 weeks from now, there's a wedding, their farewell, like, brunch party. So just like whatever. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're closed. If you want me to open for you, shoot me a message. We'll have a conversation type of thing.
So you can bring your own food in here?
Yeah.
Like normally? Okay.
Yeah, I think the door says outside food welcome. We have chips.
Okay.
I should write we have snacks now because we have more than chips. But that was like when we only had chips.
That's pretty sweet.
I like that's really cool, and that's very unique.
People Uber food, like send Uber Eats here, or although like don't try to get Gushers from 7-Eleven because they won't make it. Like that was like a big ordeal one day. I was like, because you can add on to your like Uber Eats order, Grubhub order, DoorDash order, whatever you're using. And I added on to 7-Eleven. They have like a big bag of Gushers. Like, who does not want those?
Right.
I wanted them, and they kept saying that they were on the way. And they were never on the way, you guys.
Somebody ate them.
Like, spoiler alert, they never showed up. And it sucked because that's all I wanted. And I got like a burger from somewhere, and it was like, I don't know, it must have been, they were having like a driver shortage or something. But it was brutal. But it was really funny because the whole bar knew that all I wanted in life was Gushers that night. And then like a few days later, like people would just bring in boxes. Like, I freaking made out like a bandit technically. Thank you, DoorDash, for messing my shit up because all the customers brought me brought me freaking Gushers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and now you can get Gushers now. We carry our own Gushers.
I don't even know the last time I had a Gusher.
I'll give you some
They're
before
so
you go.
good.
No,
You're welcome.
no.
It's just one pouch. It's not like a bulk pouch.
This is going to become a thing. I'm going to be just sitting there during a weekly episode just slamming Gushers, and Derek's like, dude, can you grow up? Like, we need to
No.
record. I'm
Love
like, no, I'm going to
Gushers.
start
They're so
crushing
good.
these.
Amazing.
Yeah, like you haven't had Gushers, you haven't lived in your adult life.
I honestly, realistically, have not had Gushers since I've turned 18.
Everybody's gonna listen to this podcast and be like, "What the fuck are these people even talking
I
about?
know.
It's
Seriously.
horrible. They're talking about nothing. They're talking about Gushers. Fuck that place."
So one of your most notable things here is your merch.
We do have a lot of merch.
So
yeah.
did you design all? I'm assuming you designed all of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to school for graphic design, and I used to work.
I don't think you care at all. Like, you just want to talk about candy, and I'm totally down. Like, if we spend the next hour talking about fast breaks.
So we did. Fast breaks are great.
Hell yeah.
You know what though? I really like anybody who wants to you want a free pint. This is gonna be bad. If you would like, we'll say half pint, just because of the cost equivalent. Like, fuck this shit. And then also somebody bring me a gym membership. But the freaking Nutrageous, but they're not called Nutrageous anymore. They're called Outrageous with the Reese's Pieces in them.
Oh,
dude, if you've not,
Where do you get those?
anywhere freaking Reese products are sold, I think. 7-Elevens.
we're gonna stop on the way home.
You threw a lot of toot in there.
Yeah, anywhere. Like, how dare you even ask such an absurd question about where you get a candy bar?
Yeah, you're like, listen, I don't deal with stores anymore. I deal with the direct distributor, and they just drop ship to me.
Yeah, like I contact Nestle.
Yeah.
I actually don't think Nestle even owns Reese, do they? I don't freaking know.
I don't know.
Mars probably does.
Mars, yeah.
Hershey.
Do they?
We're gonna get a
Think
cease
so.
and desist already.
See, this is next week.
Quit saying our
Right at
candy
next
bar
week's
names.
episodes. Yeah. Yeah.
Fun fact: it is owned by. Yeah.
We're going to get shut down. They're going to be
Yeah.
like, you guys, no one's
I
a
try
sponsor.
to get a cease for real. Like, so for the cider company, like, I think it's funny to get a cease and desist. Mm-hmm. I have not fucking gotten one.
Do you want one?
Yeah, you know how much effort I put in to like getting one? Like, I really put in effort. So I worked at the clothing, like designing clothing in San Diego, and my friend Brian designed this shirt, and it's called a Scallusion, and it actually saved that company for like many, many months. That company was allowed to like stay open longer instead of completely going bankrupt because of this one T-shirt. A guy featured it on his blog, and it just went freaking bananas. They were like running out of blank black shirts to get to print it.
Really?
But we, because I worked there too, got a cease and desist from Buzz Aldrin because it was in his likeness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it did not come certified mail, so prove that it showed up, bro. Like, seriously, he's just sending them actual casual mail. He's just signing them himself, like just seeing what sticks. Like, no. But like, I want a cease and desist. My cousin got a cease and desist at K2. I tried really hard. We did a collaboration with them. I did, you guys. This one was actually like, I cannot believe we did not get a cease and desist. I was trying. Apples to Apples, that game.
Yeah.
By a company that is actually a Buffalo company. We made one, and it was called Apples to Ales, because it was, and I mean, I hand drew it all, like I didn't, but I dead ripped the freaking box for the design. And my brother ran into them at an event at the freaking Science Museum, and they're like, not close enough. You tried, fuck off. Like, I was like, dude, that broke my freaking sad little heart.
They probably knew that. That's probably why they
they're
didn't
probably
give you the
this girl wants
satisfaction.
a cease and desist. We're not giving that to her, because the first person that gives me a cease and desist, you know what's happened?
You're framing it.
It's going on a fucking shirt. Get out of here.
Oh, I thought you were going to frame it.
Well, that too. I'm gonna laminate it, frame it, make copies of it, and it's going on a shirt. I'm gonna make little pins of it. Like, it's never. I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah, it'll be like a campaign run.
Now I'm probably gonna get every fucking name I have.
Right,
Like, I'm
yeah.
gonna be bankrupt because every name we have. I mean, none of them I guess are close enough. They're all just like plays on songs and stuff. But it's fun.
So when you make cider, I'm sorry that I'm bringing this back serious, but I really need
No,
to know.
tell
This
me.
is spicy pineapple, the one that I have right now.
Yeah, it looks like Ecto Cooler, right?
Yeah, how do you do that?
So the pineapple flavor is from Motley Blue, which is our pineapple cider that has blue spirulina in it. So it's like healthy for you because it's a health food item, right? And peppers are healthy for you too. So like, that's healthy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I like to hear.
And apples. Like, this is great. So the way that they make our Scotch Bonnet Bomber is they put Scotch Bonnets, Fresnos, and Anaheims, and they roast them all off. And then they steep them like a tea. So a lot of people are juicing
Okay.
things and like putting them right in there. But the way that we're able to make it spicy without it being like fire, so it smells spicier than it tastes, but like you can drink it and it just kind of like gets you a little in the end.
Yep,
It's just by steeping it. I probably gave away their trade secret, and my brother's gonna like.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of stuff because my brother was a chef, so he does a lot of weird culinary things. Like the first time we made pumpkin for the people, he literally roasted, like down the street at a restaurant, roasted, I think, 300 pounds of pumpkin, and like was like, once it was roasted, he was like putting it in a giant like tub, like, you know, like the food grade whatever,
Yeah.
50 gallon barrels, and then he couldn't move it, so he couldn't put it back in the van, just, you know, whatever. So he put it on the dolly and just pushed it down the road back to the vicinity.
That sounds so like us.
Just like, whatever, you make it work. We don't have a forklift, but guess what? The lumber yard 3 doors down does, and they'll drive down for cider. Like, they're like, cool, yeah, we'll get that new 1,000-gallon tank off the truck for you, no biggie. We'll just take some crawlers to go. They're like, yeah, man, thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
live your life.
It's just a small town, you
Yeah.
know, where like honestly, like we wouldn't be here in Buffalo if it weren't for all of them in
Right.
the Lakeville area. Like our friend helped us build it, and like our customers who are in our mug club have become family. Like my mom threw herself a surprise birthday party there. The surprise was that I had to pay for the band. Like this is like. But like I think the nights that my mom does stuff there is like the busiest nights we have. So like I can't even really be mad because she, you know, like has become friends with all of our, you know, all of our patrons and guests, and you know, I don't know.
And they'll all vote for you if you have something going on, right?
Yeah, I actually did. I am the mayor of a plaza.
What?
Yeah, so in Rochester there's this plaza. It's the Plaza of Dreams. It's Tryon City Tavern. They have amazing tacos on Tuesday, and also like I think it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. I'll let you know. They make a freaking Thanksgiving empanada. Like forget it. Just like the best. Like you have to go. Like I was at an event at Black Button a couple of years ago, and I told some people who were there about and they literally drove to Tryon City Tavern to get these Thanksgiving empanadas. But they were doing like a silly thing where they had a mayoral election, and like I have this habit of like if I'm in and I think something is like hilarious, I'm freaking in. So like I was in, I filled out like the mayoral campaign sheet and posted it on the wall. The next day I showed up with a buddy and we did like a drone video, and I had my tattoo artist friend do the voiceover, and it was like very like monotone, horrible, political. And then they were writing slander posts about my dog and calling him fat. And then like my mom did a thing, and then like saying that she would vote for me because I always had a clean room as a kid, and then she like winked because she's, you know, funny. But like it just like turned into this whole thing, and I actually won the mayoral election, which is I wasn't in it to actually win. I was more in it because I thought it was hilarious, and I was just trying to pump other people up. Like I made a poster for one of my competitors. It just turned silly, but like I had pins. Like my dog had a pin on his little harness. It said a vote for Elise is a vote for dreams.
So two things.
Oh my gosh.
One, speaking of your dog's awesome. We met him at the beer festival.
Yes.
And I literally kept petting him, but he's afraid of cameras.
He doesn't like
the
my
stands.
uncle came in with a didgeridoo today. It's like I was at the Lakeville location doing stuff with the CFO, and our uncle walked in with a didgeridoo for my brother, and Glenister lost his shit.
Yeah.
Because it was a large object in his hand, and he was just like, no, I'm not here for that. Yeah, he hates objects.
Yeah. Well, your dog's still amazing. And
He's very cute. You can follow him on Instagram, Sir Glenister. He did just hit 1,000 followers, and he knows it. So it's like been chaos in the house. He's like, I'm very cool. Anyone will take me. Threaten me all you want. You know, I'll be gone. You take me to the pound. Gone in a day.
He's so extra.
Yeah, he's just
So,
like, see you later, bye. I'm going to do a 1K giveaway. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, like.
What are you going to do?
It's going to be an OSB leash, an OSB collar. He has his face on stickers, and probably like a bag of, there's treats from Buffalo Barkery. We always buy their treats. They made Glenister's face a cookie last year for his birthday. So we sold Glenister-shaped cookies.
Sweet.
That's amazing.
I think I just am lucky that I am allowed to not have anybody tell me I spend too much on merch.
Right.
I do have a CFO now, but
I'm sure there's going to be future discussions.
probably.
So what are the duties and responsibilities as the mayor of the plaza?
Oh, I'll have to send you the video. It's pretty dumb. Like I was like fake sweeping the parking lot, like giving mad thumbs up. I like smacked an old man's ass as he was walking, and that was his idea. So like, there's a waiver signed. Like I'm free of like any implications like in the future in case they were trying to say like she's a harasser. Like, he signed the waiver.
Good deal.
Oh my God.
This is so intense.
You are awesome.
So what's next? Other than the 2,000 square foot spot.
Yeah,
And then
So
building
Buffalo's, so that's just, we're going to grow expansion. So the whole point, honestly, of Buffalo, people are like, well, why Buffalo? Why not Rochester? Well, Rochester is just like too close to Lakeville. It's only like less than 30 minutes, honestly. So it's too close. We would just cannibalize ourselves. Where Buffalo is like a really cool city where, you know, you guys are like really into just anything you're into, you're into. Mm-hmm. Like, if Buffalo were running for mayor against me for the Plaza of Dreams, Buffalo would have won. And I accept that. So that's why I wanted to be part of Buffalo, where, you know, people can be rowdy and crazy here. So we're just going to do a lot of, I think, silly little fun events. In 2 weeks, so we did the Build Your Own Cloud Night, which I have to do again because people were mad that tickets sold out. I can only run 12 hot glue guns without killing the whole grid. Like, you can't plug in more than 12 hot glue guns in this building. I checked with an electrician. 12 is the max before the whole block is shut down. And I don't need the 500 block of Main Street in Buffalo,
Right.
like, coming at me with pitchforks. It's not a Simpsons episode. So, but we're going to do a friendship bracelet night, just like silly things. We're going to do a build your own charcuterie. There's a girl that we're going to do that with. Hopefully, we're going to do this event with Buffalo Food Slut. She donates a lot of stuff to different like charities in the area that help restaurants and stuff. So we've come up with a flavor for her, and she's going to pick a charity that all the profits off of that cider go to. So we're going to do an event there. We have like a wonky idea that I'm not going to promote because I don't know if
Yeah, I'm with you.
Very good.
We get it.
yeah, I don't know. But
We've worked with her before. She was on our show. She's awesome.
yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah.
I like what she's doing. So like we're happy about that. We just had Buffalo Bleached in here teaching people how to tie-dye. And you can expect like, I don't know, like Connect 4 competitions. We might bring in beer pong. We're part of the collaboration event that they do, where like all the breweries in the area kind of team up with consumers and come up with flavors.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I've got some beer nerds that are, I think, not super happy that there was cider, but I put them in their place, and they're on board now. So like they know that like we're gonna come in amped, and we're gonna make beer guys love us more than they love beer.
There you go.
So like, yeah, we're just gonna have fun with Buffalo because Buffalo's fun, and kind of plan to grow and enjoy ourselves here in our weird little earth, wind, fire
love
bar.
Absolutely.
What's your social media so people can follow you?
OSB Ciderworks. And then when you're in here, if you want to geotag at OSB Buffalo, that's fine. But I can't run multiple. Like, if I have to run one more social media, like Glenister needs a social media.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Yeah, like, so OSB Buffalo is just joined with OSB Ciderworks. Same for Facebook. And then in our link tree on our, hit the link in the bio. I try to put our events. We have open mic every other Friday. So if you think you're funny, come down. Maybe one day I'll get on stage and think I'm funny too. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so just more merch, more goofy ciders, weird flavors. We did a beef on wax cider, so
Really?
yeah, people like loved to hate it. So it really did taste like beef on wick, but like, why do you need cold au jus?
Right.
It was like,
It's very true.
but it did. It really tasted like beef on wax sandwich.
Is that coming back?
Probably not, honestly. Like, it took forever. Like, it was like one of those things that people like, you have to try it. But do you know how many people need to try a 3-ounce serving of to get rid of 80 gallons?
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
no. Like, that just, it stalled my line. Like, that's how I see it. It stalled my line. But hopefully we're going to do a Mortalis can drop here in a few weeks. So they're buddies of ours, really close by. So we try to do fun stuff like that. But if you guys have ideas, I'm here for it.
Cool.
If you want to teach a class, we might do a candle class here. There's a new candle company in the area, so they might come in and make some candles. So Cider and Crafts presents bracelets,
go.
candles, clouds. Oh my!
I
Is
love
that how it goes?
Sure.
I think so.
I like it.
100%.
Yeah, follow the Yellow Brick Road, man.
Well, anything else we didn't touch on? You got to get to a Sabres game soon, don't
Oh
you?
yeah, I'm officially a Buffalo person. Let's go to
I
the
love it.
Sabres game. I don't know. I don't think we really talked about anything, but I think we talked about everything.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
We
like,
crushed that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
gushers for everyone.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to follow her journey, go to OSB Ciderworks on Instagram and figure out where their events are, because this place just speaks for itself. You come in here and you just feel involved. It's just an amazing, quirky, cool place that you just have to come in to check out for yourself.
Yeah. Also, bring us stickers. Our sticker wall really needs stickers.
Yeah.
So if you bring me a sticker, I'll give you a Ziploc of stickers.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Good deal.
Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.